Hello and welcome back. We find ourselves with the 1973 catalogue again. Now we're interested in a new item that showed up this year on page 33. We'll just see if we can get that open. And there we go on. It's the R.400 signal control set. We've got the old contents there, just have a look at that. And now we've got a child playing with the set on what looks like the living room carpet. So here we have a signal control set in its box. Great big red box, could have been used to put a steam locomotive in perhaps. You can hear the contents shaking around inside. Great big Hornby Railways logo on the end, and R400 signal control set, and it prompts us down here that we require a 15 volt AC supply. Box has taken a little bit of a knock here and there, nothing too bad. It's just white cardboard on the back. On the bottom, sorry, and we can see the effects of tape as usual. Great way of sealing the box is tape, I suppose. So we'll pop that down and whip the top off. There we go. Now we'll have a look at the old instructions. So here we've got the little sheet, about A5, I think. Hornby Railways R400 signal control set, and it shows the basic components going together. A little bit of a diagram to help us work out how to wire it up. There's all the components. And that's telling us how we're going to supply power to it and through the switch and make it work. Now yeah, Rovex Limited. No date on these instructions, so we'll just pop those to one side. We'll just have a look at a couple of the items. So there's one of the isolating track. That's a standard isolating track, but if you notice, these are the old ones with the half sleeper ends. So we'll pop that down, and there's the old signal with a great big operating arm on the bottom, and that plugs into this great big unit down here. Just see if we can untangle the wires. There's the old sign that says whistle. That just clips into this section, so lift that out, so that whistle sign will clip into here, and here we have the bit that operates the signal. I'm not going to push this in because they're a really tight fit. So that goes in there, and the arm is moved by a solenoid inside there. So we'll just pop this down, and the old wires go in here. And we've got a broken section of the track there, so let's kind of isolate the train between this isolating track and this isolating track. So we'll pop that down. Remarkably simple. Lever frame as we've seen before, and a whole bunch of wiring there. But as this is half sleeper ends, I don't have very many pieces of track like this. But when I bought this, strangely, I did get another one at the same time. Slightly later, late 70s, comes in a similar sized box. Again, you can hear the contents rolling around inside. We've got effects of tape there. And there's the R400 signal control set. Price must have been there at some stage, I think. And again, just white cardboard on the back. Just pop that down. So this doesn't have half sleeper ends. So we'll just pop this to one side. It does have slightly different instructions. The typography's changed slightly here. We do have a date here of 9th of May, 1978. So apart from that, I think the instructions are identical. So we'll just pop that down to one side. Now this one, when I bought it, I hadn't realised that this one works and this one didn't. The solenoid motor that changes the signal had burnt out. If you look at the inset pictures, you can see how it looked when I got it. But I just used a donor point motor, one that had a broken case, and I used the solenoid from inside that and replaced it into there, and it's the same motor. got the old 12 volts DC controlled output, which is controlled by the large red switch here. And we run all the way back to the power clip. There we go, so that supplies the track as normal. And then we've got the old isolating track here. So we've got the black cable running from here to the signal, and that's controlled by the solenoid. And the solenoid is controlled by the 15 volts AC output off the back of the controller here. We can see just there the brown cable goes to the side of the old black lever frame switch, and then the black cable that comes out of the back of here feeds into the old signal, and then the red and the green cable come back to the old lever frame switch, and that enables us to switch the signal. So we can supply current to that rail, or we can break the supply of current to this rail between here and here, so the train comes to a grinding halt when it rolls over this isolating track here. Great fun. I thought we might as well have another swift look at the old wiring diagram after my clumsy explanation of how this lot's wired up. It may make a little bit more sense. So there we go, they really are quite terrific illustrations, aren't they? And then at the bottom of the sheet here, there's some excellent advice about stopping distances, especially for fast trains. So when I replaced the solenoid in here, I took the opportunity of just soldering on these wires instead of relying on the pin connectors. Just have a look at the underside of there. There's a little bit of card in there just to hold the pin connectors down, but try as I might, I couldn't get these connectors. I didn't use these ones because they're all rolled up still, but I had similar, and I just couldn't get them to stay in place. They kept coming out. They were really a tight fit, so I took the opportunity of just soldering those ones on. And now we can see the old solenoid motor and how that's going to move that backwards and forwards, that little shoe there, and that's going to operate the base of the signal there. So you can see that's going to be in there, and it just changes the signal as it goes backwards and forwards. So as I said, it's remarkably simple, and that just makes the contact between these two copper strips and opens and closes the circuit. There's a tiny little contact on the back of here. Let's see if we can turn that over. There we go. As I say, it's remarkably simple, and I think hours of fun could be had with this. I'm going to put this down before I lose that. So the old signal control set was available between 73 and 82. That's quite a long time to be in the catalogue, isn't it? Those great red girder bridges there. I don't have one of those. There's the old tunnel we've got on the carpet as well. So terrific catalogue. We've seen this catalogue quite a bit recently, so we won't dwell on it. But I think that's probably about it this week. But if we look back again next time, we'll have something else interesting to look at. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye now.